สุดฮอตยังคือทอดแต่กอดบ่ได้ไปถามหยอกกันม่วนใจคำตอบไม่ง่ายก็คือแฟนเขาแต่คิดบ่ถึงว่าวันหนึ่งสิโดนกับเราพบรักบ่นานก็เศร้าเพราะอายมีเขาเป็นเจ้าหัวใจพบรักบ่นานก็เศร้าเพราะอายมีเขาเป็นเจ้าหัวใจออกแบบก็ได้แค่เพียงพบอายก็ถูกใจยิ่งหักแล้วจึงรู้ความจริงต้องเก็บใจนิ่งหาทางแก้ไขบอกเลิกคบหาแต่น้ำตาไม่ยอมหยุดไหลเลิกคบแต่จบบ่ได้คือทอดอายหลายใจมีน้ำตาเลิกคบแต่จบบ่ได้คือทอดอายหลายใจมีน้ำใจมีน้ำใจมีน้ำ
In Chiang Rai, there are lots of NGO. They are all use Hitchcock people name to make money. In 2003, I worked for one of them. It is a very big NGO, a very big Thai NGO. So I came and then I worked as a volunteer doctor in Chiang Rai with the NGO for the Hitchcock people. And people are sending donation like some doctor from England, like 2,000, 3,000 pounds. Yes, and in a very short time, I think 1.5 million. But the donation came in because everybody was very impressed with my commitment, my medical social work. After a few weeks, I couldn't continue my medical social work properly. On the other hand, I had heaps of money, for the medical, because the organization said I use a lot of money for medicine. So they try to, take money. They didn't let me go to the village, only once a week because they say I spend so much money. There are lots of corruptions in our organization. So after a few weeks, I came to know that the true nature of the organization, they were praying, they make money on the Hitchcock people, and they also make money on the people who come to volunteer. There were many corruption, like for example, they got lots of second clothes donated by the people, They have a very big hall full of second clothes donated by the people. What they did, when I was with the organization, I had to go along with this second-hand clothing program. Whenever we went to village, we worked together, second clothing program and medical social work. So what they did, they took all the clothes and then to the village, they sold the clothes, they sell the clothes to the Hitchcock people. And now they run a shop in a market and they have that second-hand clothing program, they sell to the people, not to the Hitchcock, to Thai people. Now I can show you that shop. There is, see, they have the shop here. I straight away, that very day I saw, and I straight away fired the man in charge of that, and he was very mad. There are many programs like Hitchcock tour program. They have volunteer Hitchcock trucking program, and the man in charge of that program, she has her own bank account, and all the money come. People donate.
Yes.
Because they took the people to the Hitchcock people, show this and that, and they collect funds. And then she put in her own bank account. And then volunteer program, she also get a lot of donations, come from all volunteer. She put in our bank account. There are many programs, and they have their own bank account, many bank account. And then one day, that very morning, I told in a meeting that if this is a very true organization, you should have only one bank account. Yes, whether this comes from volunteer program, a Hitchcock program, or a scan clothing program. So everybody should know how much money you are getting and all put in one bank account. Now everybody has his bank account making their own money by using Hitchcock people name.
Yeah.
But after 3.5 months, I couldn't tolerate anymore. I had to split away. So because I had a big fight and a big quarrel, because there were a lot of corruption and they wanted to steal all the money. They didn't let me use the money. So after that I split away and and then they all kept all the money. Yeah, the organization, they took all the money. And that time I left with a few medical supply and I went up to stay in one of the Hitchhike village. I went up and I moved around and I continued. So I didn't have enough money, enough funds. And the villager gave me food to eat and a place to stay. I never had a place. I would this kind of back. I moved around from village to village. One village I stayed 2 days and I moved around for 2 years like this. I didn't have a place, no house. But every time I move around and stay with I give medical treatment in this village. I stayed with a family for 2 days and move on to another village, stay 2 days, move on. After the medical supply finished, and then there were lots of patients lining, and here was a doctor without medicine, and that broke my heart. So I couldn't sleep for a few days, and I started thinking how to find and then finally I came up with an idea that I came down to Chiang Rai and I print a pamphlet, a kind of fly out say that trucking with a doctor. So I put in all the internet shop and many people who come to your internet, they see the check and it was attracting trucking with a doctor.
Tracking.
Yeah, instead of going with the trucking company. So that is more interesting. So they see trucking with a doctor. So they came and they see my medical social work and commitment. They were really impressed. All the truckers, before they left, they gave donation. Everybody gave donation. That money, I came down to China, I bought medicine and I bring another group. And then the group also, they were very impressed, So they left donation and that donation I used for another medical supply and bring another one. Yeah, continue like this. That's how I was funding. After about a year, then I stopped that. Because after that I got a little bit of money. Then I bought a hosting website. So now a lot of people they search for volunteer and then they see my website and then they contact and then they came.
Quite a journey.
Yeah, that's how now I am. I'm supporting my own organization. I'm a medical doctor, but I cannot focus only on my medical social work. Apart from my medical social, I move around and do many other things like building toilets, sending children to school, finding sponsors for the children. I collect second clothing, I move around and do everything, because when I see the patient and a lot of children, they have no clothes, I cannot close my eye, I'm with a heart, so I have pity, so I do many other things, I cannot just focus on my medical social work.
Holistic
Yes,
medicine,
yes.
isn't it?
Yeah. You can imagine there are about 100 NGO, non-government organizations in Chiang Rai. They said they are helping Hitchhike people. They use Hitchhike people name and they collect funds from the West and Europe.
And then the Hitchhike people don't get the money.
I've been moving around in my region for about 2.5 years and I don't remember if I ever come across another NGO up in the hill. They're all relaxed in Chiang Rai. They have very nice car, very good house, but they collect money from the fund, relax on the money. If a few of these NGO come up there and do their job, I don't need to bother sending children to school, Building toilets, they can do, like second clothing program. But now I can't because nobody do their job. So I have to move around and do all these things. But in the West, people, foundation in the West in Europe, they don't know. But when I sent to foundation, and they were really impressed with my medical social work, but they said they have a rule, they cannot send grants out to individual organization. I'm individual, so that is very sad. Here's a man who doing the good job, and no funds, and they send only funds to corrupt NGO, who using the fund, and the people are getting poorer and poorer. There are 6 different tribes here in northern Thailand. Akha, Lahu, Lisu, Karen, Yao, and Mu. In the region I work, there are mostly Lahu, Akha, Yao, and a few Lisu. He tribe people came from Burma. They fled the military government. Since the Burma is, ruled by military government, so the armies are everywhere, in city, in town, in the villages, and the soldiers, they don't get enough ration from the central, from the government, so they have to find their own way of living to survive. So what they do is that when they are in a village, when they see pig or when they see cows, they shoot and they eat, and they rob rice. They take, by force. They take things. They take everything from the villages. Sometimes they burn the villages. They kill the villager. They rape women, and so these people, they couldn't live in Burma, so they came running to Thailand. Most of the Hittite people, they're living here for, let's say, for 40, 50, 60 years. And 60% they don't have Thai ID. So if they don't have Thai ID, when they get sick, so they can't go to the clinics and health center in the Thai society. There are many different illnesses and diseases caused by 3 main different things. Number 1, malnutrition. The Hittite people live on 3 different things: rice, salt, and chili. So they have a lot of, malnutrition. So, and then Second thing is the parasitic infection. So a lot of children and even many youth, right? The older people. So they move around, they run around on barefoot. So they don't have slipper or shoes. So they have a lot of parasitic infection. And then the third one is low sanitation. Many villages, they don't have toilets. So from low sanitation, there are many diseases. Thế pa là như pa là thế pa
qua lên nào cho là chứ
không là cái khăn này mới khâu ni ăn tờ nàyวันนี้กินวันละ1 เม็ดใช่ไหมคงเม็ด
tên như vậy chỉ tịch qua lên này
cái này nó thỉnh hết mà đây ui giờ bán đi không à nè
cho con
ok nó lên mẹ mà muốn to rồi má đẹp con má quậy má quậy
cái đó cửa sao là
nà là mò
quậy bon nọ
Tin là lưỡi nó to quậy. Hạt tiêu không nhỉ? Hạt tiêu. Bổ lên ba chơi con coi.
Cái chả là cái kia ai ôn nè sao nó có tập hình.
có chế hà lên
Chả tôi cái chả sao có tập cái sao của sao có cái chè yêu.
Vì nó em mất nát chết ta có tao là
Có chè hả?
cái gì cái là có cái nữa em
Có bữa xe với phát sẽ phát thắng lại bồ. Chúng ta đổ bắt ra không
Qua mình tăng tiền kia do mà.
Con đã về chị kia nhà con nào?
진우 니뽀 우서 디파리 진우 니뽀레 레 메나
Some are, yes, Christian, some are Buddhist, some are animist. In the Hitchcock community, there are lots of missionaries. A missionary come from Taiwan, from Australia, from the West. And yes, they come up here and they try to convert the people here. They try to convert the Hitchcock people. And they make a lot of promises, like if you become a Christian, then they will give you help. If you don't become Christian, then they won't help you. If they get enough amount of Christian people in a village, then they will build a very nice church. They spend a lot of money and they build a church and they disappear. And then they move to another village and then they convert people. And then they do the same thing. If they get enough amount of people, then they build a church and then they go away. The thing is, they come and build a church and they take picture and they send to the West, to Europe, and they collect more money. And then people, the villagers are getting poorer and poorer, and with a very nice church in the village. So this day, Hitchcock people are really sick of religion now. And whenever I get volunteer and their first question is that, what is your religion? Then I said, I don't have religion, but I believe in God. Yeah, since I don't have religion, I help everyone. Whether you are Christian or Buddhist or animist, I help everybody. So when I'm in Christian village, I go to church with them. When I'm Buddhist village, so I go to temple with them. When I'm in animist village, so I went and see the witch doctor. So I think religion make people a lot of differences. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of hill tribe people, yeah, they became a Christian or Buddhist because they couldn't afford to pay offering to the spirit or to the witch doctor. You know, sometimes it also depends on the Christian people because Christian people come up here and they give a lot of promises and they don't really teach, you know.
The missionaries.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really teach how to pray and, how when you are in suffering, how to ask God, that you believe. So they just convert the people and they disappear. That's why a lot of people became a Christian, but when they get sick, they still practice their own, they go back to their, old religion, the spirit, spirits but this day, the things are much cheaper. Now this day are not like the olden day. So you can finish with maybe 2 or 3 eggs, or maybe 10 bahts or 20 bahts. Or a lot of people, become a Christian and maybe witch doctor get maybe less customer and so. The thing is that first we should educate these people, the young generation. Once you are educated, your eyes open and you see the differences. I'll give you one example. Let's say there are 3 boys, they go in a stream and then they fish in the sun the whole day. And then in the evening, one of them get very high fever and then very sick. The whole village believes and thinks that this boy, they fish in a place where there is evil spirit, But according to me, according to the medical, it is quite nonsense, So once you are educated, then your eyes open and this is nonsense or this is usual. So I think there are many traditional beliefs that you should forsake. You see, culture is a practice, tradition is a belief. When you are educated, you can forsake or you can leave or you can forget traditions, but not culture. It's very different.
nó cắt giúp phụ oi 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 sù mồ với mẹ.
Every family, the solar company, the government, they both work together and they come and fix for free. And by that they make a lot of money, you know. You know, if you buy one set, one solar panel, they will cost you about 1,000 US dollar. You know, but the company, they came and fixed for free. You want to know how they make money? Yeah, okay. So the government and the solar company, they work together, and then they came and they fixed this. One solar panel for one house, one family, costs about 35. Let's make it 40,000, but that is 1,000 US dollar. And there are 50 families in this village. How much? One family 40,000, but that is, let's say you can calculate. It's about 2-3 million. So in one village, the whole village will cost the government let's say about 2 million baht. Okay, if they really want these people have light, they don't need solar panel. Why didn't they buy a kind of generator? 30,000 baht, a very big generator that can give 60-70 families like 24 hours. Okay? In raining season, in winter, in summer, solar doesn't work in raining season time. You got my point? So, instead of spending 2 million, you know, why didn't they spend 30,000 baht for a village? There are 50 villages in my region. You can imagine how many billion, maybe 30 billions. You know why they did this? Because in Thai society, all these solar panels all got stuck in the company. Nobody used in Thailand. In Thai society, you won't find nobody used it. So all the stock got stuck in a company. So they find a way to get rid of it. Finally they found a way here. Yeah, the one who in a government, the one who made this plan, work together with the solar company plan. They are the one who got money from the government using He Tribe people name. Now they got rid of all solar in a company, you see. But when you look at roughly from outside, the government is very good and what, right? Oh, the company, oh, they are very generous and this, but when you go deeper, then you know the true nature, you know, how people make money, you know. So now different people are making money on this he tribe people. After that, they look down on these people. They discriminate, you know, these people. On the other hand, they are making money. They are using these people. On the other hand, they are, you know, they don't like these people. It's very, you see. There are three different kinds of police cops. So they move around from village to village. One is after drugs. One is after illegal people. One is after people who cut the tree down, forester. So now you can't cut a tree down this big. If they know or if they see you cut a tree this big down, then they'll put you in jail for 3 months, at least 3 months. So a lot of people they can't stop because that's the only way to survive. So they cut, and some of them in jails. A lot of people, not some, yeah, quite a lot of people, and a lot of people went to jail because of drugs problem, and some of them illegal people. So a lot of people in jails, a lot of Hitchhiker people, because of different, yeah, problem, different. There are many offenses. The parents, some of parents got killed, some are, yeah, in jail. You know, the cops, they come around and sometimes they just shoot. Yes, yeah. And then a lot of people got killed here. Yeah. Yeah, because when they suspect you, then they don't actually check. They just shoot, and you know, then you are in a blacklist on newspaper that you're a drug smuggler or this and that. Mà, cái chiếc tay rồi đấy.
tí lại tí
Nè, nè khâu, tụi đi thuê khâu. Phía sauอยู่ไหนล่ะ They can't really find job in the city. Most of them no ID, so they can't go to the city. So they have some seasonal things they sell in the market, like bamboo shoots. In raining season time, they find bamboo shoot and then they sell. There are people, I mean Thai people, they come up here and they buy. I think two bahts, I think, for a kilo bamboo shoot.
2 baht.
Yeah.
You
Maybe
can't make much profit.
no, 2 bahts for a kilo. So unless you you find maybe 20 or 30 kilos per day, then maybe you get a little bit of money. Yeah, and then in another season they have like a bloom, a kind of, it's a kind of plants that they make bloom. No, I think in some months they don't make any money, but in some months maybe the family will, I mean the whole family will make maybe 200-300 bahts. Maybe, yeah. Mainly they live on rice that they grow on a hill. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right, then a few vegetables and things.
Yeah, vegetables, and maybe they eat seasonal food, like in rainy season time. Most of the time they eat bamboo shoot in raining season time. So there are some seasonal
Right.
the herbs, you know, the plants that grow in the forest.
Bottom, Matu, Mio Matu, Chella Chella, Bon Chola, or Mimi Yo Yo Kuki, a Yen. Anu, Aye, Bogomocho, a Pudezai, Pukaduna, Zondo, Odo, a Chella Yenia. I do the work on the doctor Putabu, Kumangeliana, a Jichomocho. Kiacho, Putabuni, Latumake, La Fama, we are doing many, a Puta de Baloni, a Tumotone, a Chella. Yeah, good on it, to Banto. I belong to Banto, I belong to Banto.
Number 4. Cái đường thang. I'm sure when the government change, the situation will be very better. I mean, will be much better. I mean, not at once, but slowly, when all these people in Burma, I mean, when they were in Burma, they have their own lands, I mean, nobody will come and force you to move here or to move there. When these people are here, you see some villages, they have to move because the land belongs to the forest department, so they want to, if they want to come up here and plant something, then the village has to move. Here in Burma, you have nobody will force you to move. That everybody has, a place or a land to stay. Yeah, and just because of this military government, so a lot of situation has changed and things are very bad. But if the government is changed, not necessary to be a democratic government. We just need a understanding or thoughtful government. Not like in the West or in Europe. In Europe, you people have a very different culture, and living lifestyle or tradition, because our cultural tradition and the religion teach everybody, to live this way, not a country rules, to live this way or that way, not our democratic rules, It is a kind of religion or a kind of environment of cultural tradition that those are very important, to train people. That's because we grow up in a kind of culture that is very, that teach every Burmese people to live, to respect another, to respect your neighbor, to be very kind to your neighbor, to be very, thoughtful to your neighbors, to your friends. So if you are that kind of person, then you don't need a democratic, country or democratic government. Because government is not what make people good, People is the one who making the government good. So it's very important. So I'm sure, I'm sure all these people will go back if the government is changed and situation is better. Because even if they live here, they are very, restricted. They can't go here, they can't go there, they can't do like this, they can't, So I'm sure, yes, the government, if the government changes, almost everybody will go back, including the young generation, Yes. Because they have more rights and more opportunities, more, more, a lot of things they can have, in Burma. Yeah.